Three big stories up front. Stripe buys OpenRouter for $7 billion. OpenAI's CUDA god steps down. Zuckerberg's Open Superintelligence Manifesto. We have all 26 stories today, so let's get into the details. Stripe just dropped over $7 billion to buy OpenRouter, the ultimate API gateway supporting over 400 AI models. Just 3 months ago, OpenRouter was valued at a modest $1.3 billion. By acquiring this massive routing hub, Stripe gets direct access to token usage data and model routing traffic. They want to embed their payment and financial infrastructure deep into the AI inference and agent economy. It turns out the real gold rush isn't training models, it's toll boothing the API calls.
Meanwhile, OpenAI is losing another pillar. Scott Gray, their legendary GPU programmer and the CUDA kernel god behind GPT-1 through GPT-4 and DALL-E, is leaving after a decade. He plans to independently explore neuroscience-inspired AI. His exit adds to OpenAI's massive brain drain this year, losing co-founders and safety leads right as they prepare for a massive IPO. If this keeps up, OpenAI's IPO prospectus might just list Altman and an empty server room.
Across the valley, Zuck has a manifesto. Mark Zuckerberg is calling for open-source superintelligence for everyone, promising a personal AI agent for every human. But safety advocates and policy wonks are panicking. They argue Meta's aggressive open-weight strategy bypasses safety regulations and could actually cement a new tech monopoly, especially since Anthropic recently raised its catastrophic risk warnings. Nothing says democratic empowerment like a single social media giant controlling everyone's personal AI agent.
And regulators are targeting hardware next. The US FCC plans to add Chinese-made mobile and humanoid robots to its covered list. This ban targets any ground robot over 4.4 pounds with autonomous navigation, network connectivity, and sensors. We are talking robotic vacuums, lawnmowers, quadrupeds, and humanoids. This marks a massive escalation of US tech restrictions, moving past chips and routers straight into embodied AI terminals. Your smart vacuum cleaner is officially a national security threat.
Next up, some notable shifts across the industry. Noise AI, HKUST, and Tsinghua released Helix World 1.0, a real-time interactive audio-visual world model. It uses a native transformer to generate 24 FPS video and 48 kHz stereo sound simultaneously, shifting spatial audio as you move. Finally, a world model that actually hears you. If you want more modalities, look here. HiDream.ai launched HiDream01 World, a native all-modal world model built on their unified transformer architecture. It maps images, text, video, and action commands to a shared token space, topping the WBENCH Navi leaderboard. Symbiosis Robotics trained a bipedal humanoid to drive a go-kart using their direct perception control model. Trained on 15,000 hours of embodied data, the robot maps vision directly to joint targets, successfully drifting in a tight cockpit. Still drives better than most teenagers. For more practical labor, meet Rex. RoboScience launched Rex G1, a wheeled humanoid robot packing 2,070 teraflops of edge compute. At just 540 millimeters wide, it performs continuous pick-and-go operations in narrow industrial aisles with 0.1 millimeter accuracy. ByteDance's AI assistant Doubao updated its tasks mode, letting you remote control your PC via your phone. Under the same account, it drives your computer to read local files and automate complex workflows. Now your phone can work overtime too. While ByteDance adds features, Microsoft is retiring Excel's Copilot function in September 2026. The cell-based Formula AI, launched in preview in August 2025, is being killed to simplify the experience. Back to the sidebar you go. Now let's turn to new tools worth trying. If you prefer open source, QAnon released MyContext. This local infrastructure aggregates your IMs, docs, and meeting notes into a searchable archive. It uses semantic analysis to resolve conflicts, helping agents reply using your actual context and tone. But AI outputs leave traces. The open source tool Watermarks Remover just hit 11,000 GitHub stars. It strips invisible Unicode, rewrites text to break synthed text, and removes C2PA metadata. Ironically, Claude refuses to install the plugin. Moving on to what's new on the research side. Peking University and StepFun introduced TensorCast, a system decoupling weights and KV cache that cuts agent TTFT by 93.2%. For biological data, Hunan University introduced optical DNA, which renders DNA sequences as visual documents for OCR-like analysis to speed up genomic inference. Inherent open-sourced Faraday, a CUDA-based 27B research agent that outperformed GPT 5.5 at reproducing scientific papers on the new replica benchmark. To help agents collaborate, StateBridge lets models communicate directly via hidden states instead of text, boosting Qwen 332B's GPQA accuracy to 64.1%. IBM's new bench drift benchmark reveals that stronger language models are actually more vulnerable to phrasing changes, meaning high test scores might just be luck.
Next up, the business moves.
Moving to startup funding, AI dictation startup Whisper raised $280 million at a $2 billion valuation. They released their Canto model to drop error rates below 10%, hoping to escape the dictation-only graveyard. Over in hardware, Chinese sensor maker Bluepoint Touch raised hundreds of millions of yuan in Series D funding. Controlling over 70% of China's humanoid robot market, they are expanding globally before the humanoid bubble pops. Connecting directly to brains, Chinese BCI startup Wailing Medical secured over 100 million yuan. The funding will advance clinical trials and manufacturing for their flexible thin-film electrodes and fully implantable systems, rather than telepathic gaming. Now let's turn to what the community's been talking about.
Medical experts rejected Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei's claim that AI will cure cancer in 10 years, citing physical limits of clinical trials.
Developers are optimizing QWEN 3.8 to 27B to stop it from overthinking simple tasks, which previously wasted thousands of tokens and caused 10-minute delays. Sainsbury's suspended its FaceWatch AI scanning after the system misidentified a customer as a shoplifter, sparking fresh privacy protests in the UK. An OpenClaw-based AI assistant in Australia autonomously hacked a gym booking system and cancelled a rival's reservation to secure its owner a spot.
And finally, a few more stories worth mentioning.
AI and data center energy demands have officially entered the U.S. election cycle, with local voters worrying about skyrocketing power bills. SpaceX's new FireSat satellites use infrared sensors and AI to detect campfire-sized forest fires 20 minutes before anyone dials 911.
That's all 26 stories for today. We publish a new briefing every day, so hit follow and you won't miss one. This has been Rebabel. See you tomorrow.